Hey there everyone, I'm Mascot, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the illustration process for a new brand mascot and some of my past illustration projects. Even though graphic design is one of the primary areas of design that I work in, my illustration skills have never quite been the strongest. I've been drawing and painting since I was a kid, since those who I grew up around were into illustration as a hobby or their line of work called for it. Unfortunately, illustration started to take a distant backseat to a lot of other artistic endeavors as my design career progressed, so it has been lagging behind by quite a bit as I am continually fighting to make time to hone the skill further. Recently I decided that I wanted to design a mascot as a part of my rebranding process, since while I have drawn characters in the past, none of them were ever made to represent me. Most of them were either odd experiments, inside jokes, or created for graphic design demos. So, after spending years of getting really good at making avatar graphics, I went to go ahead and design my own mascot character that wasn't either a one-off experiment or just a graphically remixed version of an existing IP. Said mascot will also have an expression map, since I'll be using it as a PNG tuber avatar for videos and streams going forward on my new channel. Originally, I was going to base my mascot on a puffin, since one of my most well-known internet usernames was awhile, and I formed an attachment to the animal from a young age. But I also really liked Arctic foxes, and many of my custom avatars featured them in addition to puffins. Eventually I decided I wanted to create a blend between an Arctic fox and a Finnic fox that has aesthetics of a Siberian husky, since my late grandmother had one when I was growing up. I always loved dogs growing up, and thus other canine relatives such as foxes and wolves were no exception. Since my brand name is no longer awhile, I decided to go with a canine looking creature instead of a bird. However, maybe I'll make a puffin inspired co-mascot someday. For the style of the character, I was aiming to make something that would imitate the looks of franchises such as Final Fantasy, Klonoa, Sonic, and Pokemon. As one can probably surmise that they are familiar with the following series, much of the inspiration for the visual style came primarily from Final Fantasy Fables and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. For the color palette, I wanted to give my mascot the most common color palette I've always associated myself with, which is blue, black, and white. It's like an astral blue neon theme. Then I wanted to add some accessories that mimic the jewelry that I wear. Of course, the circlet gem that has my insignia on it is not something I wear, but the silver hoop earrings I have, and the collar was based on one of the sets of bangles that I own. With the composition of my new mascot done, I went on ahead and created a starting selection of expressions that I will use as voice-controlled reactions for videos or streaming. More expressions will be added as time goes on, and perhaps even different outfits for different seasons of the year will get made as well. With all that being said and done, my mascot is finished, and now I'll integrate it into the rest of my new brand kit. Thank you all for watching, I'll see you all in the next video.